What kind of ambiance do you prefer when you're working? Of course, my music can't directly alleviate the busy state you're in, but I'd feel terrible if it couldn't make you more comfortable. Or content. This next concert is for Amiya. I really am curious. What would she see in me if I were allowed to touch her emotions? Oh, that look on your face. Are you worried? Then why not come along and confine me to your side? Music is the order you dig out of chaos. That's what my Latanian teachers taught me, but they've all since died in silence or lunacy. If it were me, I would tell my students, music is a flowing will, a language of self-expression. I can tell your fingers are still stiff. It seems you're not yet used to learning this way. Oh, don't be nervous. I'll guide you. Oh. Quid est, Fede? Are you going to greet me with a mine or an electric fence this time? If you'd like a music lesson, the doctor and I will oblige. I'll never stop performing, even if you, doctor, are the one who asks me. Trauma is one thing, but freedom is another. My life is the same as the others. It will simply come to an end if I stop in my tracks. No matter how powerful one's spirit may be, there is no way to vanquish the inevitability of death. If there is meaning in life, if there is really something out there that can fight against chaos and nothingness, it has to be every emotion that I'm feeling right here and now, and the melodies they'll turn into. I'm watching the clouds. Water accumulates above it in excess before turning to rain. Mater made just as natural a choice when she decided to leave, but Pater still refuses to accept it, even now. What about you, Doctor? Will you also refuse to listen to the truest self that lies within you? Working with you is actually quite dull to me. Seek, because I don't want to, and can't play your music. So I've curbed my expectations of you, for I fear that when this emotion bursts in resonance along with my strings, you will turn to a grotesque collection of variegated fragments in my arms. Let me be your personal musician. Let me feel my way around your mind. How elaborate are your ideas? And how terrifying is your rising willpower? I will of course be captivated by your music when it blooms into its ultimate form, and at that moment, which I will perform for you, shall be myself. Rest well. I don't need to mix any illusiones into this lullaby. Your dreams are already colorful enough. I should have introduced myself by playing some music for you. Unfortunately, I've been forbidden from doing so for the moment. Let's start with a code name then. You may call me Virtuosa. I've no interest in these means of inflicting harm. Do you mind if I wander about for a bit? You've come to understand me more and more, even without the sound of an instrument to connect us. And yet, just how am I supposed to share this joy in my heart with you? Whenever I touch the strings, the surrounding emotions all flow into me, through my fingertips, surging up into the sky and down into the ground. Did you hear it too? The cry of life in its truest form. Mira et pulcra. What audience have you picked for me today? I don't often play with accompaniment, but I can try to match the others' voices. Notes fall into memory, and a melody resonates in the mind. What tones are your souls in? The concert may begin at any time. What would you like to hear? A solo to you. An improv from us. Ecstasy as bright as gold. Suffering will come to rest. Liberty and sunlight all around us. Feel your own self to your heart's content. War itself is unworthy of a performance, but I will listen to every voice on the battlefield. From hero to refugee. Over already? Your victory doesn't need to be embellished by my music. I'd much rather perform for you a piece inspired by that cloud passing overhead. Guilt, doubt, fear. This surge of emotion rising from the battlefield will follow them, accompanying them to their graves. The performance ends, and the audience scatters. After such a conclusion, how long can the strings continue to vibrate? What a beautiful sunset. It would be even more romantic if there were music swirling around the deck. These strings are vibrating. For you. Have I been lurking in this corner for a long while? There's a tune lingering in my head, and I refuse to go to sleep before I can express it. Sometimes, I too prefer to avoid the crowd, far away from all the sounds, just to feel my own self, and to feel you as well. Arknights,